What's good, everybody? We are here with the first ever Mobile Mayhem Battle Royale tournament. Excited to be joining you guys. We've got the action already underway, so we're going to have to cover some of it once we're, I guess, after the first game, but we are joined by the one and only, the Hitman. He has a beautiful Hornets hat. I'm loving it. We're going to go ahead and hop into the action because, like I said, we are already underway and good to go for our first game of the night.
Yeah, it's gonna be the first time we've casted in a long time. We do have a platform this time. It doesn't look like there's anybody on it, as you can see. It's typically teams don't want to play too aggressive, so I don't know exactly where people are gonna be landing. I can leave the map open and see if there's any potential teams that might be fighting. Looks like 2 teams going to Ski Town. 2 teams going to Dormitory. So actually, Diner, there's 2 teams already there. So if you want to take a look at Diner, Bobby, that could be a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Team 16. We're taking a look at Wicked, who's obviously going to be one of the favored teams. Yeah. They've won quite a few of these Battle Royale tournaments. Like you said, I believe it's Team 16 and somebody else over at Diner, and that is likely the source of our first blood. We do see Acer finding one on the Gravity alongside Headshot, finding at least a knock right there, so likely going to have a couple encounters. It cut me a little bit of slack when it comes to spectating this, because obviously this is very different from spectating a game of Battle Royale. I'm going to be doing my best to try to cover all the action for you guys, and Frank's actually going to find a frag on the Kitsune as well. But we don't really have anything too terribly crazy happening so far right here. Team 16 with the high ground, all of Team 18 currently on the low ground. And it seems like Venom pretty content to try to reposition right here, see if he can manage to find his teammates and not get too terribly separated, as both teams really just trying to make sure they've got time to loot up.
Yeah, honestly, the main difference between MP and BR is that in the beginning of BR, it's mostly looting. You're not going to find too much action going on, but as we progress towards that middle to end, it becomes pretty insane. And that being said, Wicked DR picks up kill. Fun factor is 2 Wicked teams. We have the Wicked team that includes, actually, we might have 3. Actually, no, we have 2. One that includes Dior, 3, Texas, and Rossi. And then the other one that includes a lot of people that we do know, Sun, Kubai, Church. And it's kind of shocking to see we don't see Splinter here today. Maybe just a little change today, just for the league play. We'll see. Potentially, we might see him later on. Ooh. As we do see Rossi getting a kill. Actually.
Yeah, that's actually a full-on squad wipe onto AKA right there. So that's going to be really big, especially in regards to the point system for that Wicked team. We do see a couple players for Team 5 bot actually getting called back in right there, so that's going to be crucial for them. We'll see what type of play they're able to make as they go ahead, try to make their way back into the game. I believe we actually saw Team 2, if I was reading that correctly, getting taken out, or actually making a rotation on out. Currently only 7 and Deadly remaining for Royale esports, and even though that's typically one of the top teams, obviously not a great start to today's matchup for them.
Yeah, it's actually very important for kills-wise, as we're talking about the ranking system. It's a point, it's a league system, so if it goes like this, first place will get 50 points, second place will get 45, third place will get 40, fourth place will get 35, fifth will get 30, 60 sixth place will get 25, seventh will get 20, eighth will get 25, ninth will get 10, and 10th place will get 5 points. The important part, you will get 5 points per kill. So if we look at Team 20, they already have 4 kills, so 20 points in the bag, and this can be very, very beneficial, especially towards the point system, where first place in the whole tournament will get $400, second place will get $200, third place will get $100, and the MVP of the entire league will get $100. So that's going to be very, very, very cool.
Yeah, we do have a couple teams headed toward each other right now. It looks like Team 16 and Team 9 on a collision course up by Frigid Wetland. Definitely not an ideal zone for Wicked Esports and Team number 1. They're going to be forced to make a pretty sizable rotation as they're currently trying to make their way all the way across the map. And a couple players trying to exchange some loot right here is likely. They are expecting the encounter that is likely to be incoming. We do have Team 19, which I can't see quite yet. like I said, y'all will have to cut me a little bit of slack when it comes to navigating Battle Royale. But I believe we will see Team 19 making a rotation over top of this hill. Should definitely make for an interesting one, especially with Team 6 likely to be caught off guard. And this is a really strong high ground position right here. I believe IG Rock looking to take a shot, not able to quite find anything yet. Probably at this point just gathering some information to see if he can find anything. But we're going to have another clash between Team 15 and Team 20 up in the northwest region right now. And this is where things are definitely going to start to get spicy.
Yeah, it's actually something very important to note that there is actually vehicle bans here, and we actually have tanks, which is, obviously nobody wants to see tanks in these type of tournaments, but helicopters. That's why you see Team 1, Team 14 not getting into the zone as fast as you would think, just because there is no helicopters in this tournament. So that's going to be very, very cool. We're not going to see maybe like full teams of people in the chopper. So people are not going to be holding on to FHJs and stuff like that. So we're going to see a lot more airbornes being used. So keep that in mind. There's actually a lot of people actually in the Dormitory. Holy smokes.
Yeah, and it's about to go down right now. We've got Team Wicked has already taken out one player for, I believe that is Infinity is the name of the team, and Flick's trying to get away on that snowboard. Obviously, the additional mobility that provides typically going to be something that makes a nice replacement for the fact that helicopters are banned. And that is always going to be a crucial thing, especially when it comes to making those rotations across really long areas. And right now, we've got an encounter about to go down. Flawless taking shots. Texas very, very low on HP. And go ahead and hop on that snowboard, see if he can make his way away. And Infinity Flakes is actually going to get taken out by Scopes right there. So another bad step for this Infinity team. Probably going to be tough for them to get him out of that situation. Even though Texas doesn't have a whole lot of HP, trying to see if he can maybe get a knock onto Flawless with one player dead on the inside. And Flawless really trying to avoid every player. It's just not going to work out right there. He's going to get elimed. And I believe only one player remaining for Infinity. And he's going to probably just try to reposition at this point. His best shot's going to be to play for placement.
Yeah, they got 6 kills already. Yeah, honestly, he can probably hold off, run back for a little bit, and then potentially get back to tags. I feel like most of the teams are not going to be camping the tag. As I say that, Wicked Sun Church are going to be taken down. So those are some of the players that were actually really known in the community. So that is actually very huge. It might get knocked out, but doesn't look like it. Looks like they're going to get revived. Only Iback is going to pick up a few kills there, so that's actually pretty huge there, as well as Crypto. A lot of fighting going on by this Team 1. Actually, probably take a look at that.
Yeah, we will go ahead, hop over to Team 1. Obviously, Sun, one of the more recognizable players in Battle Royale, and he's not looking great right now. He's got 7 HP, trying to heal up in time. He's going to be able to do so, it looks like he was able to escape that engagement for the time being. His teammate Kublai able to find a big knock onto Rosewin. Actually, that may have very well been a kill, as they are right next to Team 16 as well. They have a full team, and it looks like are all the way inside zone, and just being an absolute nightmare for Wicked on the low ground right here. As you can see, multiple players situated with snipers in hand. They've got ARs. They're perfectly set up. I think waiting for them to make that rotation, and if possible, would like to be able to eliminate them before trying to rotate, especially with one player still outside of zone. It looks like the minimap's getting a little bit fuzzy, so I believe that's a hacker class, if I'm not mistaken, but definitely going to be interesting, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and make the full rotation into zone and probably try to hold once they get their positioning inside.
Yeah, so honestly, Wicked was just waiting for a teammate to come back. Church got called back in, getting the loot. The damage on the zone is not going to be that much. That is why we saw Wicked Sun survive that. But wow, what a snipe. Yeah. Wow. It's honestly not going to really do anything because you can get the res off, but they are able to, at least get some damage at the end of the game. But Rossi got taken down right here, so getting a lot more action as the zone starts shrinking down.
And that's honestly really good for Wicked, because that allows them to ensure that A is not going to try to go for the zone hold right here, but they're going to make the full rotation. They don't want to risk Venom getting taken out right here, and should make for a much easier rotation for Wicked Esports, who is in a really, really difficult spot. You can see they were able to get their one teammate called back in as well. All their players alive, making use of those snowboards and now making the rotation toward that south side of zone. This is where it's going to start getting spicy. As you can see, 3 or 4 teams all in the same area. Fear actually picking up B-Nate's Gamer, so it'll be interesting to see how this engagement plays out, as they're in a pretty good spot right now, but with a lot of teams on the way in, it's definitely not going to be an easy fight to take.
Yeah, it looks like within that small quadrant, we see Team 14, Team 16, Team 13, Team 5, heck, even Team 1 and 9 are all within the bottom right of this circle. So fully expect a lot of people to get into fight, but Azor does pick up a kill on Fear ranking, so that is going to be very huge. What? Who's team number 8? Is that a vehicle?
And if that's the Acer that I'm thinking it is, I think that's actually a former PUBG Mobile Pro and used to be one of the top players. It could be somebody completely yoinked the name. I'm sure chat will probably let me know on that one, but B-Nates is actually going to get taken out. I believe with him being dropped, only 1 or 2 players remaining for Fear. That's not going to be a good sign, and especially with Bot being as aggressive as they are right now, not looking great. Crypto, I believe, also a former multiplayer pro, making the switch on over to BR. And I think that will eliminate everybody for Fear. So Bot in a really good position. They've got 9 kills on the board. They got a spot on the inside of zone. They got a lot of buildings around, some loot that they can grab. And while that's happening, we actually have another big encounter going on between, I believe, teams 1 and 6, just to their south.
Oh, that's going to be very interesting to see. We actually had Team 20 who lost half their team, actually got able to call back everybody in except for Rosie.
Oh.
But Sun, Sniper, he's been practicing that snipe for the last 3-4 months. But before snipers were meta, he's been using snipers, and holy smokes, he is absolutely insane with it. I don't think he got the finish. No, he did got the finish on it. So
yeah, that was a solo trying to make the rotation in. Yep.
But I mean, as they're really unlucky.
Yeah.
Like Sun's team, I think for the past 4 zones have to rotate all the way opposite, which is really unlucky. So they're gonna have to probably run into Team 16 here. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, definitely gonna get spicy pretty quick here. I'm trying to figure out where Team 16 is. I think they're actually gonna be a little bit to the west right here. Is that we've got multiple players inside of the airborne class trying to take off right here. IBAC was trying to find a frag, but going to be forced to rotate, and it's actually going to be Team 16 taking the high ground right here. Perfect positioning for them. Obviously, Sun trying to cause some issues from low ground. We've seen him time and time again making really big plays with the sniper, and definitely going to be something that Team 16 is very, very aware of. NSK actually with God's Eye and their full team making the rotation on up ahead. So once the zone starts to close in, this is going to get really, really chaotic with a full MSK team here. We got a full A team and a full Wicked team as well. Things are about to get really, really crazy on the south side of the zone.
Yeah, Sun is actually going to be pushing towards someone. Managed to get a second kill. They actually shotgunned one tap, which is pretty good. IBAC and Sun both picking up a kill. That A team only has 1 player left on that team. So we'll see if he can manage to survive. It's not looking good for that team. They're potentially Venom, who is right by the side of the mountain. Maybe he'll be able to survive, but it looks like he is spotted. So it's kind of cool to see kind of the meta of not guns, but like classes people are using. And as expected, Airborne is one of the main one, as well as Medic. Those are the 2, because the Medic is so important, especially when you know, you don't have that many adrenaline in this game. There's so many people. So the fact that if you're 110 HP, you can medic all the way to 150 is really, really good. And then you can have the potential to use other stuff. We usually typically see 1 Ninja Slayer class, but I think the Hacker is a good one that people are using. And as I say that, Sun does pick up a nice kill there as well.
Yeah, for some reason, the emulator does not want me to click on anybody's name. We will go ahead and take it, Team 1. Obviously, it's actually going to be Wicked versus Wicked right here. He's going to be able to take out... I'm not sure what the name of that Wicked team is, but taking out one of the other Wicked players. Dior making the rotation on the east side of the map as he's trying to just climb this mountain, see if he can maybe keep his team alive. Sun, 4 kills on the board, 8 for his team. And Dior getting really crazy right here as he's actually going to go into the water. Sun taking shots. Wow! What a spray, I believe, from underwater by Dior.
Wow.
He's going to get the knock on the Sun. That could actually spark disaster for Wicked right here. We do have Ibeck on the high ground, and Dior currently healing up right now. No smokes to work with, and they are on the outside of zone. I'm not sure if this is the ideal scenario, and that's actually going to mean that Sun needs to get rezzed again. I'm not really sure if this is the right move right here. Currently, Kublai is going to get a frag, but we've got Bot on the high ground, and definitely a big misplay for Wicked right there as they tried to get the res on the outside of zone. Wasn't even able to get inside of the zone with the run, and that's going to leave Kublai and Ibeck all by themselves, players in every direction, and he's just trying to escape with his life right now.
I'd be really shocked if he escapes. It's, I mean, very costly mistake that he lost that fight. And then not only that, the bot team is actually the team with the most kills in the game with 10 kills. And with only Kublai remaining, no tags to be called. Church is coming back real soon, so that could be potentially very useful. But Church is going to come back and not going to be able to do anything. No loot on him. There's so many players remaining in this last final zone. And that's going to be, I think they own just like 2 teams with full teams. There's Team 6 who have a combined 5 kills, but then Team 5 with a combined 12 kills. So if I had to choose one to be favored to win right now, Team Bot is looking pretty insane.
Yeah, and we do have Team Bot up on the high ground with snipers in hand. Obviously going to be an absolute pain for anybody that they come across. And I think that was actually Kublai. Spotted Acer at the last second. Is going to be forced down to Church. He's got pretty much no HP. His option is to either run into the bullets or run into the zone. He said, I will let the zone kill me. No kill points for you. And that's going to allow Bot to basically reign free up on the high ground right here as they just continue to go for those snipes. They're in a fantastic spot right now. Obviously in need of a rotation on into zone. Actually moving right by Josh Rath, who's the only remaining player for team number 9. He's just trying to get away with his life right now to see if he could potentially find a spot to try to play placement for. But right now, Bot is in complete control of the only remaining building inside the zone.
It honestly looks like we're playing a snowboard simulator. The amount of snowboards being, and then like the map that we're at right now is just so perfect. So there's 7 teams left, so placement points going on right now. As Josh Raft does get taken out, Deadly gets taken out. Josh, Echo, that X squad is gonna be knocked out, but Bot does have pretty good positioning, but they're gonna have to move. However, they are gonna be using their airborne. If I had to guess, they're pretty much favored. But we do have Team 8. They actually have three players on that team. Team 6 as well, but Team 6 is kind of split up, so it's going to be kind of awkward for those two. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, and we do have Zaza of Team 6 taking out, I believe, Deadly, the last player remaining for Aphelion Esports. And right now, players just trying to see how long they can drive around on their snowboards in order to avoid death. A total of 6 teams remaining. Obviously, we do have Team Bot still with four players alive. Zaza is going to get taken out for Team 6. That means Bot is in a really good spot. They actually are going to have Kitsune getting knocked right here, which is less than ideal, but with 18 kills on the board already, it seems like they're in a pretty good spot to where they can at least play for one of those top 3 positions, and even if they're not able to get it, they'll still be in a perfect position coming out of game number 1 with that many kills.
I think they're going to be able to revive. Yeah, they got the revive off. That's kind of shocking considering, you know, 2 people knocked, one... like a teammate was pushing from behind. We got a little potato fest here. Mr. Bubble against Holy Boba. And just like that, Mr. Bubbles is able to turn on him. Wow, impressive.
And this is
the only team with the full squad, right?
I mean, this is freaking absolute chaos. Just everybody, every which way on their snowboards. Empty's going to get knocked right there. He's going to get immediately finished as Bowles is taken out by Dior, who miraculously has been able to sail. He's been by himself for the longest time, and somehow causing issues for the rest of these teams. For some reason, the emulator doesn't want me to look at him, but he's just running around on a snowboard, hops off every once in a while, finds a pick. Finally, he decided he wasn't going to give anybody a kill. He said, I'm going to hop outside zone real quick. And Wani going to be the only player remaining right here, or actually one of 2 players remaining for DZ. But it is going to be Team Bot with 22 kills on the board. Big game for them alongside the W, and they are going to be very, very easily in first place following game number 1.
they got so much, like almost 25 kills there. That's almost half the lobby, right? How many kills did they have there? Bot had 15, 20 kills.
Yeah, 30 total players, so.
Yeah, 13, 18, 22 kills here. That is actually insane. When you think about that there's 60 people in this lobby, and they got about, what, 33% of the people?
Yep.
That is ridiculous.
That was definitely a crazy performance for them. We will go ahead and take a look at the full countdown of the teams in that one. So we do have Bot in first place, DZ in second with a total of 7 kills. In third place, we do have Wicked, where Dior was able to single-handedly stay alive for pretty much the entire game.
That's shocking.
He was able to get they were able to get 7 kills as well. IG able to muster 6. Felon Esports coming in 5th, 0 kills, but they stayed alive. And then LDG with only 3 players right there, only able to get 1 kill. And after that, it falls off a little bit. Obviously, primary team for Wicked typically would expect them to finish higher than 9th, but still get a decent amount of kill points right there. So not a bad spot for them to be by any means.
I find that insane. Like, I thought that Dior team, like, pretty close to midway, had only 2 players remaining. And then was it I can't remember who it was. I think Rozzy? Oh no, Texas got knocked outside. I'm surprised he was able to come back in. So that's impressive that they got the 3rd. 40 points. There's nothing to scoff about, right? So
yeah, for sure.
Pretty impressive. How many games are we doing total today? Was it 5 games today? 4 games. 5 games. I am not.
I believe it's 4 games. I'm not 100% positive on that one though. I think the nice thing about this is gonna be that we don't have to worry about getting new players into lobbies every time. So I think we should have relatively quick turnover in between each of the lobbies and everything else, just because we're gonna be using the same lobby over and over again. So hopefully less time in between the games and everything else, which means more gameplay for you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying. This is going to be every Thursday for the month of March. Definitely lots of great gameplay ahead of us, and looking forward to it. Let me make sure there's not anything that I need to run in between match 1 and 2. Okay, we'll be right back after a quick ad. Y'all thought I was kidding when I said it was going to be quick. We're back, getting ready to hop into it. I'm not sure how functional our standings are. Yeah, I kind of figured that it wasn't going to be functioning. So this is our first week in Battle Royale. So obviously not going to have the same functionality that we have in multiplayer, which has been running for 5 months or whatever it's been. But hopefully we will have a more functional scoreboard for you guys and everything else. Check in and make sure there's nothing important that I missed. Wow, 50 points for first place. So that's definitely a really good start. How many kills did Bot have in that game?
22.
22. So 22 times 5, so that's like 110 points on top of the 50. So 160 points for them in game number 1. I'm thinking we'll probably have point updates from our admins. Game number 2 will be starting at 8:30, which is definitely good to know. So make sure you guys stick around for that. Any takeaways from game number 1?
I'm just I mean, honestly, the number 1 team that we thought were favored was the Wicked team that we all know. I mean, I don't think I'm not saying it's favored, that we knew was a Wicked team that includes Sun, obviously friends of the channel and everything. They were just very unlucky. Starting off landing on the bottom and having to go all the way to the north caused them to take a lot of fights they didn't need. Yes, they did win a lot of those fights, but where they got destroyed and unlucky was where there was 2 teams pinching them. I know Sun lost that fight in the end, but a lot of good teams. This Bot team, I'm very impressed with them, and we'll see what other players can potentially come back. As AE actually has their full team here now, so that's going to be impressive.
Yeah, that could potentially be a game changer for them. That's one of the teams that, especially in the $10,000 Trovo tournament, gave a really big run to Wicked Esports, and it actually looked like they were going to end up being the one to take it away, but on the last few games, Wicked Esports just really ran with it and pretty much dominated the field. So we do have Iback as one of the newer players, I believe, for Wicked. Not a player that I have seen with them before, and I believe he's actually taking Splinter's spot in tonight's games. So it's going to be interesting to see how consistent he's going to be. He was definitely not lagging behind at all, and obviously to be picked up for the primary team for Wicked, typically not going to be a scrub by any means. So excited to see what Game 2 has in store for us, as obviously these are the best of the best in North America when it comes to Battle Royale, and really at any given point in time, anybody can pop off, but we are good to go. Webface with the $15, I appreciate it. I'm not gonna. You're not gonna hear this for another 2 minutes. We do run on a 2-minute delay to make sure we don't have any stream sniping. But yeah, we've got everybody in, good to go for game number 2.
Yeah, we do have a platform on top, close to dock. I don't know if we're really gonna see much people there, but this time we'll see. And also one more thing to keep in mind, that game there was 2 tanks. You're not always going to see tanks being dropped in, so if it wasn't tanks, potentially you could have seen more drops, and that late game could have been a little bit different. And also the snowboards might not be as beneficial depending on where we were. It just worked out really well on that part of the map, but I mean, it's just so tough. Like, maybe people should hold on to FHJs for snowboards.
Can you FHJ a snowboard?
Yep, you can FHJ a snowboard. It doesn't look like it's banned, so there's a potential that you can FHJ people off the snowboards.
I feel like it would be really difficult to accurately FHJ a snowboard, though, you know?
It locks on, I think, right?
Yeah, but if there's, like, obstacles in the way, then it's going to hit the obstacle, and especially with how low it is to the ground, I feel like it would be tough, but I could be wrong.
I don't feel like it's beneficial late game, because there's just way too many people, so the time it takes for you to lock in and shoot, you can get beamed. But, like, when you're, like, running around mid-game, and you see people like, oh, what the heck, this guy? I hear a guy coming along, and it just so nice. But
yeah, definitely, definitely a great explanation of how that one works.
That's exactly how it sounds. But looks like people are in the game right now.
I am interested to see if some of these teams have like super dedicated loot zones that they're gonna go to every time. And especially if it's one of the more dominant teams, if they're going to be uncontested, because it does look like, for the most part, teams are really spreading out. If you do look over at this western, kind of southwest part of the zone, a lot of these teams stretching really, really far. I don't know if that's to try to get as far from the drop zone as possible, or if those are their dedicated loot spots, because it's interesting. We've got 3 teams on the way into Harbor, and that's definitely going to make for an interesting spot. Obviously, I'm pretty sure Bot didn't land here initially last game, and with this many teams, it is definitely going to get real spicy real quick.
The one thing that is very shocking, but also I feel like very underrated, as Bot does pick up a kill, is the fact that the platform, there was only 1 team on it. It's such good loot, but I feel like nobody really wants to go on it because A, you know, they expect people to be there, and B, you can't use the choppers. So what are you gonna do after that? Like, once you kill them, there's nothing else you can do, right? Once you collect stuff. So I get it, but oh my god, and the thing about Harbor, like, it is so small. So
yeah,
you're probably gonna see so many people.
This is really unusual that we're seeing. I feel like it's unusual. Maybe Harbor is like a high-key underrated loot spot or something else, but I typically don't see a whole lot of people dropping here competitively. Trev is going to end up getting refragged right there by Omega, who's going to be able to get the res, at least it looks like, on his teammate. That's going to leave a few people, and actually Y jumping on in for Infinity, but he's not going to win the gunfight in Bot. Looking like they're going to be in a really good spot right here. Is Flawless now on the high ground as well, trying to find himself a frag, and even with the positioning, with 4 players in the surrounding area, that's not a good sign for him. He's going to get taken out as well. And right now it looks like Flakes is just trying to run as far away as possible to try to keep his team alive for some placement.
Yeah, the mistake that Infinity did was they tried to fight one at a time, whereas this bot team was basically all next to each other. So you can see in the end, they got 3 kills from that, benefited pretty well. But Team 12 actually is right on the cusp, right next to them. they're just going to be looting a little bit, but most likely than not, they're going to be taken down by these 4 players. So that's going to be very, very unlucky.
Yep, Omega's going to be first to take off right here, and they're on the inside of a building, but obviously Kitsune on the inside already gets one initial knock, and AKA looking like they might be the next victim for Team Bot as Kitsune immediately gets the frag onto Hurricane as well. This team, with only 10 people eliminated in the entire lobby, they've got 7 of those 10 frags. Really good spot for them to be, and I mean, right now they've got to be considered the favorites based on what's been going on. We're gonna go take a look at Team 3 as well, as it looks like they're about to have an encounter with Team 16, if I'm reading that right.
Yep, looks like Team 16 to me. They're still fairly close to each other, but also kind of far. I mean, there's like a whole road in between. I don't know if they know the other team is right there, so that's gonna be interesting. But that's all like Team 16 is gonna dip. They're heading towards Pipeline. So we'll see if they know. Maybe we'll see somebody use a potential medic, airborne. All right, we do have airborne being used, so we're gonna see people potentially fly in towards.
Yup, it's about to get spicy. We'll go take a look at Bulls real quick and see what type of move he's making.
Let's take a look. They are pushing. They're jumping in. Nope, they're not. They're not. They don't know. I don't think they know that the.
Oh, they're getting the water tower. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're getting all the high ground, and this is not good for A. Insomnia going to get taken out right here. He's going to get insta-finish, frags left and right. Killer Rex going to drop as well. More players on the inside of the building, and potentially some shotguns to play. And the M4 LMG, not one that you typically expect to see a whole lot of, but obviously it's working right now, as I believe we actually get a full-on squad wipe for IG right there.
That was kind of crazy because only Bulls pushed in there, pretty much alone, and he got one, and then the other 2 pushed in, and they were able to wipe them out. So wow, pretty impressive, pretty nice on that team, to be honest. If we take a look at radar base, they seem to be 2 teams right next to each other. Team 6.
Yeah, I believe we got Team 6. So we'll take a look at Juani, who's picked up 1 kill already. Let's see, maybe the game will let me click on somebody's name, maybe not, we never know. Finally taking a look at Juani right here, up. Got an Arctic 50 on high ground. Gravity, looks like he's chilling all by himself over on the back side of that little overhang, so not a whole lot of points to be gained here, and if you're Gravity, yeah, you're on the outside of the zone, so you are going to be forced to rotate in, but with the zone doing as little damage as it is right now, you're probably pretty content to let those guys go ahead, make their rotations, maybe tank a little bit of the zone damage, and wait for them to make a move. Right now, Wicked Esports, even though they're not really in a spot to get a lot of frags, they're definitely in a really different place inside of zone than what we saw for them. First game where they were making those long rotations all the way across the map pretty much every single time. So we do actually have Aphelion Esports trying to make a rotation on in as well, as they're spending a lot of time outside zone. This might be intentional. I'm honestly not really sure, but definitely not a great spot for them to be.
Yeah, I mean, first zone doesn't take too much, so that's not too important. One thing that's really important right now, we are going towards the first drop of the game, and Team 8 are all on that drop. There is only 3 players on that team, but you can see Team 13 and Team 7 potentially want to head on. Oh, sorry, I lied. Team 8 that says full squad. I was looking not far down. But they have all their loadouts in quotation marks, which is pretty clutch because most likely they're going to have their AK builds, and that basically beams. I think with the addition of next patch, I think the AS Val could be one that we can see, but it's going to be huge for this team who not only have pretty good position, they have great guns as well.
You think the AS Val will be good in BR?
Yeah, I think like that close to mid range, you know, like yes, you can use shotguns, but like it hurts close range.
Yeah.
Like, it kills fast.
I don't see it taking the place of the AK just because I feel like the AK is the all-purpose gun for Battle Royale, but especially when you think that most of these pro players do know how to use the Arctic 50 really well, and that tends to be their longer range gun. Definitely a possibility. I don't think that Team 8 realizes that all of Wicked Esports is making a rotation right over the edge of this hill. So things getting spicy, and there we go. The Arctic 50 shots firing away. Well, excuse me. Take a look at Wicked Esports right here as they are trying to cause some issues for LDG.
Yeah, Dior picked up a kills there. MSK actually is popping off this game too, so they're getting a lot of kills there. But like talking about the AS, like people will always have an AK. That's their main gun. AK-117 or AK-47 is their secondary. Either a shotgun, either an Arctic, depending on how far, or you can put an AS, you know, for those close range fights, you know, potentially. I don't know. Who knows? But we do actually maybe get more kills here. Doesn't look like it, but if we take a look.
Yeah, Rosie's on the high ground, lands one of those initial shots, not able to get the follow-up. Wicked spread pretty thin right here, but I think they're playing on the aggressive and really trying to get the pinch on LDG and see if they can manage to eliminate the rest of the players. Interesting choice. I think that was a 4-time sight on the AK-47 for Rosie. Yeah. Obviously, the hipfire spread in Battle Royale is a lot different from what it is in multiplayer, so it's a lot more viable to hipfire in those close-range gunfights, which is partly part of the reason that some of these players will elect to use one of the longer-range scopes on an AR. Something we're likely to see. And wow, all of bot has made the rotation, but it did not pay off. 2 knocks right off the bat. And they had the element of surprise, but it didn't do a whole lot for them, as now we have all of Wicked making the rotation back onto those buildings.
Yeah, I think they're going to get the res off, and they're going to be able to potentially fly away. We'll see what happens as, yeah, both of them revive. So we do actually see a couple of them trying to fly off. We're obviously taking some shots with that. Again, like, she's using the AK, or he that has a pay-to-win skin. So, I don't know if putting a sight is worth it, but...
Yeah, that's a very good point. If you got the AK Frostband, why spend a slot to throw a scope on there, especially when you're like, I could understand if the AK was going to be your longer range option, but you got an Arctic 50 for the long range gunfights. Why go ahead and waste the gun slot? And now we see them making a push outside the zone. Not sure if this is the right move either, as it's pretty obvious Acer's content to go ahead and tank some zone damage. 3 actually going to get the knock onto him, and probably going to be the kill right there, as he's stuck all by himself outside the zone.
Yeah, I mean, Kitsune is still alive, so he can still potentially go and call them back in. I don't know if they're all dead. Let's check out. Nope, can't even get them back in. Kitsune is kind of too far in the situation. He did potentially get... No, can't even. Unlucky. He might be able to get the tag. We'll see. But yeah, like that AK, just a free red dot, right? So instead of putting a 4 times, it's literally anything. Vertical recoil control, ADS spread accuracy, so looks like they're gonna get the tag. Wow.
Yeah, and wow, I think Bulls was actually able to get every single one of his teammates on the revive flight for Team 3 and IG right here, so that's gonna be big. He's gonna be able to make the rotation into zone on that snowboard. Not really putting himself in a great spot right here. I'm still not sure I 100% agree with that, because at this point you're just kind of wasting meds. I know right now he's really trying to just avoid Team 19 as much as he possibly can while he waits for his teammates to get back. And he will be able to make the full rotation in the zone. So if one of his teammates has that medic ability, not too much to worry about there. Could be in a good spot to try to get some picks, but with them up on the high ground, could potentially cause some issues, as they're going to be right behind him on the way into zone.
Yeah, we actually have a lot of people remaining for this. I mean, last game, it was pretty aggressive. A lot of people were dying. And in situations like this, we actually have a team, for example, like Wicked Sun's team, 0 kills all around the board. But they have terrific positioning for this zone. And if knowing their luck, they'll probably get the next zone as well. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, we got Gora getting the knock onto Monster right here. So we see this little cluster of 3 teams. IG, Aphelion Esports... and I think one other team, that may have been an insta-kill right there, so that could be one team already knocked out, and we can see something going on over in launch base as well. IG and Aphelion Esports facing off. Deadly looking to win the gunfight right here, and both players running out of ammo. That's typically not what you like to see. That's going to pay off big time for an IG team that just had their players called back into zone. And with an airborne class, they should be able to make the full rotation on through and go ahead and dodge the Aphelion Esports players that are probably going to be on the way back to try to get their teammates tags.
We actually have a Wicked Suns team, Team 1 fighting Team 4. Kublai using the hacker class, which is not something you see, but it's really, really useful because it just stops them from hearing footsteps. Not stopping hearing footsteps, but for seeing the map and stuff like that. So they both each traded. So That's gonna be important to see what happens here.
And Kublai playing very bad. It sounds like he's listening for footsteps, which makes sense given that he's got 2 teammates already knocked. Not going to ADS with the AK. This could be a spectator glitch. If it's not a spectator glitch, I kind of question the decision given the range he was at. Sun's going to be left all by himself right now. We'll see if he can maybe make a play. Church is on the... I know his tags have been scanned. I don't know if he's actually on the revive flight yet. If he is, that takes a little bit of the stress off of Sun. But he's currently got to wait. What is that? Is there a timer to count down for the revive flight? I don't think that there is.
You can kind of tell if you look at if you click on Sun, you look at Church, you see the white square.
Well, yeah, but I want time, Hitman. I want time.
Yeah, there's no time exactly.
Okay. Oh, 50 seconds. I saw it pop up on the screen for a 10th of a second right there. There we go.
50 seconds.
So he's just going to ride around on the snowboard for 50 seconds straight.
We do actually have the other Wicked team getting into a fight right now, or it looks like it, as Fear Ranking does pick up a kill on Texas. So we're actually going to see B-Nate's team against the other Wicked team. As I say that, 3 managed to knock 1. Fear Crypto does pick up. There's 2 knocks. There's only 1 more left. They do. Wow. Wow. Rosty picking up 3 kills, and that's gonna be huge.
Yeah, Crypto's in a sticky situation. He's kind of pinned in between Team Bot and Team Wicked, and the nade from Kitsune just barely gonna miss right there. He's gonna be able to heal up and trying to zone hold Kitsune, who's gonna be able to hop onto the snowboard. That's just an absolute must-have in competitive Call of Duty Mobile. Crypto tries to hop on his, but he didn't have any type of momentum to work with, so he's gonna get immediately beamed off. And we got more frags on the way in as Dior finds Miguel from Aphelion Esports. It does look like Sun was able to get a couple of his teammates back in. So despite some unfortunate timing, they've got 3 players on the way in. I don't know if they're going to be able to find any loot. There's not a whole lot of buildings. Honestly, probably got to try to do their best to maybe find a body or something else. And we do see Team 3 making that rotation. Right now, they're just trying to find anything they possibly can. And I think Sun actually got hit by a vehicle right there. And he's going to be forced to use his ninja class. Actually misses the water tower. He's going to get knocked. And that will probably be the end of the road for him, as his teammates are going to be forced to clutch up with pistols, I believe.
I mean, yeah, he dropped all the guns for his teammate. Smart move on his part, knowing that his team needs to get some guns, but he's so far from the zone. But I don't think it's gonna work out. It's kind of unlucky because Kublai does get taken down as well as Church. I think the whole team is gonna be gone except for Kublai. We'll see. But the other Wicked team is currently still alive. Actually, Team Bot, which just recently got knocked out, actually managed to get their entire team back. So that's actually really impressive here. Team Wicked 2 has 10 kills, so that's actually really good. Looking to be your favorite to win this one.
Yeah, they got everybody alive. Dior with 4, 3 with 4, and they're trying to zone hold on to IG right here, who's stuck on the southeast side or southwest side of the zone. I'm really gonna have to get my directions down if I'm gonna cast Battle Royale more. 7 for Aphelion Esports, snowboarding his way on through. Dior trying to land those Arctic 50 shots. Obviously, the bullet velocity in Battle Royale a little bit weird, so those are not easy shots to hit by any means. And he's just trying to see if he can maybe knock 7 off the snowboard. But that's the thing. If you got the, honestly, I feel like snowboards are the Battle Royale version of mobility. If you can move right with a snowboard, you can stay alive in any situation.
Yeah, and then again, if you like misplay it and you're just stuck there like we saw on Crypto, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yep.
You're gonna have a bad time. Oh, there's an airdrop right next to these teams. They might potentially risk it, getting that level 3 armor if they don't have it. Like you can see Rossi is gonna go get the level 3 armor, some meds, as well as an upgrade to the gun. Can't spend too much time though. There's actually 2 drops. There's a drop right next to where the the airborne was. Wow.
Right there we saw Infinity Flicks trying to make the rotation, just barely missed his ninja class by 1/10 of an inch and ends up getting eliminated by zone. Meeseeks getting a few frags right here, and Merely, wow. That's a guy that I've played a good bit of custom rooms with, and that guy can frag out. That's one of the people I can consistently count on to hard carry me. He's got 5 kills on the board. I believe his teammate Report actually just got knocked right here. So he's got to be forced to try to clutch up. not really very close to him, and I don't even know if there's enough time for another revive flight to get called, but this is not a terrible spot to be. This is a really good ledge that he can potentially work. Trying to get a couple picks. He actually is able to take out Texas. Potentially could take out Rosie there as well, and very few shots landing onto him. He's still got an adrenaline, and he's got a fully charged up ninja class, which is going to allow him to fly all the way over onto Aphelion Esports, who's actually on the back of that airdrop right there. So unfortunate timing for him. He won the gunfight right there. He takes out 7. Could be a poach kill, or he might just play for the final frag, and I think he's trying to get off the adrenaline right now. Like we said, 5 kills on the board, looking to make it 6. He does get off a full med, able to get the final finish onto 7 right there, and 11 kills now on the board for MIP is right now merely doing his best to keep his team in this and try to get those placement points.
Do you know what's crazy? Team IG has 4 people remaining.
Wow.
They are the only one with 4. Everyone literally has 1 player left on their team. There is 5 teams remaining, of which 1 has 4 players. If they don't win this game, it's going to be pretty unlucky because, as I say that, picked up a kill on Mad Hatter. But, I mean, they got to be favored to win right now. I mean, Smoke gets knocked as I say that, but...
Monster's able to get a refrag, couple frags going in for them, actually. 12 kills on the board. 3 players up, and that makes up 3 of the 4 remaining players. So we do see Merely once again on the low ground, but he's pinned behind a tree. He doesn't have any options to work with. He tries to throw a nade up top, but Sketchy says not today. He's going to get the final frag of the game, and that's going to be... what looked to be a pretty easy dub for them is they were able to finish the game with 3 people still alive.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 4v1, v1, v1, I don't expect you to lose. So they actually got most of their kills at the end. I think they had 7 kills going in to the final zone and managed to pick up 6 kills in that last zone. So pretty impressive to say the least. Good play on them, actually. They played really passive. Like, they were hiding on that top mountain area for the longest time, and that paid off. So
yep, that's I mean, Merely with 7 kills. He and Report combined for 12 right there, and that's pretty close to the top kills for the game. Is IG just barely beat them out with 13. Obviously, those placement points going to be crucial as always. And we do see Wicked, I'm just going to call him Wicked 2 in the Team 20 slot. They had a really solid game as well. I believe, if I'm counting correctly, 14 kills for them was actually going to be most in the game. So even though they came in 6th place, those kill points are going to be really, really big for them. And definitely going to put them in a good spot. Obviously, the Wicked main team just not having a great day so far, but we also know that can turn around pretty quickly. Kublai, the only player to get any kills, and they did come in down at 11th place. So they would like to have a much better game than they did right there. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it. But they're going to definitely need to make some adjustments, especially given they had really, really good zone positioning early on in the game. So for them to have that positioning, only find 1 kill and come in a placement that low, they're going to need to reevaluate their strategy and maybe either try to play it a little bit more aggressive or potentially just try to find a better spot inside zone.
Yeah, honestly, like, they might be deciding, like, is it worth it for them to just play safe and potentially not even get top 10 and get 1 kill? They got way more points last game, right? They had a solid 100-something points just from kills, so going to be one of those risk rewards debating which one they want to do. On a random note, the Toronto Ultras won today, so that's good.
Would have been better if the New York Subliners had won, but it is what it is.
This is what I'm predicting, Bobby. Okay, it's going to be the Subliners are going to win. Toronto's going to beat the Thieves.
Yeah. Wait, is Toronto in the losers bracket?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
In the loser bracket, and then it's going to be Subliners against against
Subliners against Ultra, yeah.
And then then we're gonna watch party and we're gonna talk smack. We're good, right?
All right, sounds like a plan.
All right. Now we just need them to succeed in that bracket. Thank you.
All right. We will typically have interviews for you guys in between some of these games. We do not have an interview for today's games, but the one and only Mod 6, I think, will be doing those for us in the future. So especially once we've got some storylines building and everything else, we should have those for you guys. I'm trying to get the Trovo / Call of Duty logos repositioned. I think the new spot that I have will be better. So yeah, waiting on all of our teams to get squared away. I think we are going to start pretty precisely on the hours and a half hours. So if you guys want to know like when each of the individual games is going to start, it's typically going to be at 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30. And then after that, I believe we'll wrap it up. As I think we're going to have 4 games per night.
Yeah, 4 games. 4 games per night. 2 hour total. So yeah, for those who don't know, Chad, Bobby and I both have backgrounds in BR. That's why we're doing this. Prior to playing Call of Duty Mobile, we played this game called Rules of Survival.
Ross is good.
Plays on PUBG. So Bobby, what's your opinion? How is this in comparison to some of the other BR games that you've played? Like faster pace, crazier ending. I feel like I had more fun watching this than PUBG Mobile endings, you know?
Yeah. So the thing that I really like about COD Mobile Battle Royale is just like you said, the pacing of the game. Just because there's so many different mobility items, whether that would be the airborne class or the snowboards. Like obviously, even in here, we're not going to see as many of those as we would in just like a regular match, because in that situation, you've got helicopters as well. You got the ninja class, just a lot of different opportunities to keep the game fast paced. And you're not stuck there just sitting teams like run. You don't have to watch people just run. And I think that's one of the things about Battle Royale that can sometimes make it tedious, is when people just have to run for long periods of time. And I think the nice thing about COD Mobile Battle Royale is that there's always something happening, just because you can close those space gaps so quickly. Definitely some things that I would improve. You know what? I'm gonna see if next time we do this, if we can get an FPP, because I think that would be a lot more fun to spectate. Yeah. But yeah. I know that that's a very polarizing idea to a lot of these Battle Royale players, but I think it would also draw in a lot more people from the multiplayer community. Just because FPP, it just looks better, you know?
It'll look like Warzone.
Yeah, so exactly.
Warzone. Yeah, it looks more fun. Plus, and also this like, using the emulator, the spectator glitch is so annoying. Yeah. You're like sinking into the ground. You're like, zoom, zoom.
It definitely does. And for some reason, it won't let me switch to first-person spectator. I don't know if it does that for you as well, but yeah.
Yeah, I haven't tried. Because I don't have the jumping glitch, right? So I don't have to worry too much. So should be very impressive. I do like the fact in this Battle Royale game is you can't med strat. I know in the other 2 that we've played before, you can med strat galore, and it's like ridiculous. And here, like the most you can do is like maybe use the med class and then use an adrenaline. But typically speaking, you don't see people just med stratting like Ross. Oh, Ross was bad. It was just.
I mean, there would be people that would do it for like the entire game. They would just like. Like 2 minutes after the final zone had closed, they'd still be sitting there with like 10 mid kits just sitting around them, picking them up, healing. That's yeah, I definitely enjoy the end games. The thing is, the end games just don't go as long because there's as much mobility as there is. So because you always have those people hopping into airborne classes and whatnot, it's just naturally going to end more quickly, because especially when a team has a player advantage or whatever it is, they're going to capitalize on that every situation where they possibly can. Go ahead and try to attack somebody that is on the weaker side. So you're not going to see a lot of these slow endings like you do in PUBG, where there's teams just hiding behind clouds of smoke for like 5 minutes straight. It's going to be a much quicker ending, so it's not quite as climactic, but definitely makes for a lot more interesting early and mid game as well.
I've casted a lot of solos, and solos are always fun because it's not like 4v1s, 1v1s. You always this one person that comes out of nowhere and just beams everybody. So that's always fun. So casting team ones are really interesting, especially during that mid area, Because mid areas you get to see their strategy and stuff like that, and then the end game is just chaotic. It's just fight after fight after fight. No one's getting revived if you're knocked. If you die, maybe you'll get revived in the revive flight, but you're not gonna get any loot. So it's pretty much like a snowball effect. So
it's funny to see how many people like how set in their ways the battle royale community is when it comes to like FPP. Even though the only games that ever play in TPP are mobile games. And I think it would do a lot. Obviously, I'm not going to convince everybody in chat right now. I think it would do a lot to increase the legitimacy of the battle royale community if it was more FPP, just because FPP is naturally more competitive. You don't have the advantage of being able to third-person peek behind walls. It does increase the skill gap when it comes to gun skill and a lot of other things, but I'll talk about that on a later day. We are waiting for a couple players to get loaded in. I believe 2 minutes, closer to 1 minute before we start game number 3. So,
I think the one defense that I have personally for third person is that I can see my skin, and that was the one thing that I loved about like Rule Survival, is that I can see the skin that I bought when I'm playing the game. Because when I play Call of Duty Mobile multiplayer, and let's say I bought like a sick skin, like for example the crow skin that came out, I'm like, yo, this is sick, but only my opponent will see the crow skin. Like,
yeah,
I never see my own crow skin. I see the gun skin, that's cool, but the crow skin, so being able to see my character skin in BR is pretty cool.
Yeah,
but that's really just aesthetic wise. So.
I mean, my biggest thing is like from a competitive aspect, FPP makes the most sense because number one, it's realistic. Number two, it's the most competitive because it requires you to rely the most on gun skill and awareness rather than... the thing about TPP is it really gives supreme advantage to the person who has cover, whereas you can outplay somebody even without really good cover if you are in FPP. And like I said, like Call of Duty has always been a first-person shooter. So I don't think Battle Royale competitive is going to ever be taken really seriously by competitive Call of Duty until Battle Royale is played in first person. That's just my opinion.
Competitive would benefit from it, but the casual...
I mean, obviously there's always going to be casuals that are going to play in TPP just because it's easier to see things. I think that's the biggest argument for playing TPP for mobile is that it's easier to see things, and so that it just makes life a lot easier for especially people that just want to lay back and have fun. But I think it does increase the skill gap a lot and would definitely highlight a lot more of the gun skill as well.
I agree, especially when the fact that like just being able to see third person and then beaming people as they're pushing you, it's just such an advantage. Like here you have to slide cancel, wiggle peek, and stuff like that.
All right, we got everybody in here, good to go. Taking a look at the zones and everything else. I need to get the freaking wait.
It's the same. We have the platform again on the same place.
Yeah.
Noise.
I'm trying to find the right spot for the Trovo logo. You know what? Maybe we'll throw it like right there. That looks good. All right, we're on the plane and good to go.
So bot stands for bullets on tap. Did not know that. I learned something. I learned something every day. All right, looks like it's pretty much a mid kind of drop. So probably people are gonna be stretching to Nuketown, Pier, Heat, Dormitory. I don't think we're gonna see as many people going to the platform, but it'd be sick if we did.
Yeah, it looks like I would say like a max. Team 4 might be. There could be. I've got a feeling most of those teams are probably going stretching. It does look like Team 4 is dropping. Honestly, it's not a bad option.
Yeah.
Especially given how few people really go there. Like I think it's one of those things where teams like psych themselves out. They assume there's going to be a ton of people there because there's so much loot, and then because everybody expects for everyone to be there, nobody goes there. So the people that actually
I hate to cut you off. If you check estate, there's 4 teams.
Okay, team number 3. Here we go.
We talked about like, oh yeah, high loot zone, always a fun time, and then everyone flew past it and went to estate where there was 4 teams. It's like, okay. Wicked is actually fighting 17 right now, and they managed to get 2 kills. Team VIP early. Are they knocked out of the game already? Wow.
That's
Team 17.
unfortunate.
Wow.
Yeah, Wicked's already got 3 kills right here.
Yep.
And AKA gonna lose their spaghetti as well.
Wow. Oh my. Let go of my spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti, am I right, chat?
Let go of my spaghetti.
Somebody touching my spaghetti.
My spaghetti.
Yeah, it's still gonna be chaotic up here. Team 3's here, Team 12's here. Obviously, Wicked gonna be able to heal up. They got the high ground, but a couple players flanking, I believe, for Team 3 to their west could cause some issues. They're not gonna be able to get high ground by any means, but I think they can zip line up. They can catch them by surprise. Might be able to get the pinch on them. Oh my! It's about to get crazy.
Come on, Rosie. Rosie gotta hit those shots. No, wow. One teammate got knocked though, but they are together. Rosie's gotta get that. Nice. Wow, Rosie is right now. I think she's got 3 kills. They got 7 kills already, and it's been like, I think they have almost all the kills.
Three said, "Get inside!" He saw like 2 people jumping on him from on top. I think they're able to at least get the positioning. He calls in the hacker class right there. And Team 3 now going to be moving out to the outside. Still trying to get as much high ground advantage. Oh, no, they actually went back to low ground right there. Potentially to try to get onto their airborne class again. I think they were really hoping that they could get the finish on the knock they got. And I think they actually hit a snipe right there. But Texas very, very low on HP. Barely staying alive, but... it seems like the Team 2 for Wicked has been kind of the go-to for them so far.
Yeah. I mean, in that situation, they got pretty lucky.
Yeah.
They landed before the other team, managed to kill them, caught another team off guard. So, the Wicked esports team, they're at Sanitarium, which is pretty much a hot drop typically, but no one's there. So they're going to get a lot of good loot coming out of that. And pretty close to the zone, so they're not going to have to worry too much about that. If we look, potentially, it doesn't look like any teams are really fighting right now, so honestly, I mean, you're really free to pick whatever team you would like to look at.
I saw somebody in chat say all Battle Royale games are TPP. That is actually not remotely true. Warzone is not TPP. PC players that play PUBG play it in FPP. I will say most Battle Royale mobile games are played in TPP, but I think that's one of the reasons that people look at mobile and they
Apex
just kind
Legends
of...
also third person, right?
What?
Apex Legends, also third person.
First person.
First person is what I
Yeah,
meant,
yeah.
sorry.
Apex is first person.
successful
Fortnite
game-
is the one game I would argue actually would be unplayable in first person, just because if you've always got walls in front of your face, you're never going to be able to see anything. But PUBG, like PUBG Mobile, is played in competitive, but I know a lot of PUBG Mobile people that are like super dedicated to the game that also love playing it in FPP. So I think it really does come down to the community, and I don't think you use what the other games set as their standard. I don't think you use that to determine how you're going to play the game. I think you make the decision based on what works best for your game. And I think, like, based on my experience playing TPP and FPP, I think COD Mobile plays great in FPP.
Yeah, I mean, again, we play on iPads, so
yeah,
our systems will be a little different. But we had the opportunity to test it out in 120 frames, and it was, wow, it was beautiful. It was fantastic. It's Mom Spaghetti. It was awesome.
We got Team 15, Team 19 clashing up at Heat right now. Sounds like somebody's got a sniper in hand. Infinity already lost one player. They were not able to recover the tags, and I've got a feeling there's probably a swarm of snipers up on the high ground right here in the hands of Team 19 as IG looking to have another solid game. And for some reason, the emulator client hates Battle Royale. We do have Sketchy, who was, I believe, top frag for IG last game when they were able to get the dub. And I believe everybody currently running away, probably trying to get to zone more than... Or no, they're actually forced outside of zone is Team 15. So They're going to be stuck in a sticky situation as we say that. Team 1, Wicked Esports, got another chance to... Wait, what just happened?
They're getting into a fight.
Yeah. Let's see if they can finally find some frags here. They've not been able to find a whole lot so far.
Against bot? Oh, maybe.
Sun
went
with
way
a knock.
Aggressive.
Yeah.
I can't believe no one actually managed to challenge that as he's fighting that. Like, he's alone, pushing in there. I guess they assumed that he had teammates. He's trying to knife this guy. Just finish him with your bullets. Don't
yeah, that just feels unnecessarily especially in competitive. I get if you're doing that to somebody, but look at that. He took too long, and all of a sudden, Team 4 MIP rolls up on him. He actually gets a big loss for MIP right there, and even though Ibex's going to get eliminated right now, MIP not in a good spot. His report just running for his life at this point.
Yeah, Sun is just going to chase. See, this time they look
I don't like this move for Sun.
Sun is a very aggressive player.
I get being aggressive, but especially with your team in the position that it's in. This feels like more of an ego chow than a we need this point type of thing. And now he finds himself completely separated from his team. Reports on the high ground. He doesn't have any momentum to really get the most of his snowboard right here. And something bad could very, very well happen as we actually see his teammates get eliminated because he's not there to help. And that was really a big factor in my reasoning behind why that's not the move right there, because that one kill just not going to do enough to justify you getting separated from the entire team.
Yeah, and I mean, he might be able to get the tags, but that really cost them, right?
Yeah.
Like, not being able to revive, like, they're going to not have loot when they come back.
Yep.
Thankfully, the zone does not do damage, so, I mean, it's going to be annoying, but it's not going to be as punishing as decision, so, again, that's just something he has to do and not be so aggressive. I mean, I'm guilty of doing that all the time. I play super aggressive in MP, but sometimes you just got to know, like, yeah, run back. You know there was, like, 4 teams there. So, we'll see what happens here. Thankfully, flight's about to happen. 10 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like they'll be able to stay alive long enough. It looks like we might have another encounter with Team IG. They just seem to always run into people. They haven't found any frags so far. Team 15 trying to make the rotation in to their east. Probably not aware of what's going on right now, and we do see those 2 players for Wicked Esports on the way in. Team 4 with 1 player way outside of zone. I'm not sure which player that is. I'm assuming that was probably that was probably a stay outside zone to call your teammates back in type of situation.
Yeah, exactly. And the teammate all came back to launch base,
yep.
which I don't think got looted, so he might be lucky. Report's still alive. He's still got all his loot. He's got his AK, he's got his Arctic, so he's in good position. He just got to not die, because then his teammate is not going to be able to revive him because he's just so far out. Airdrop is towards... I saw it for a second. I think the team's on it. I just don't know which team. Can't tell where it went. Maybe it's finished looted. But yeah, Wicked Esport is completely back. So what about the other Wicked team?
We
slowed down a bit.
Yeah, they've still got some players to work with as well. Everybody alive. They've already got 8 kills. Team 20, and that is actually Wicked Esports, kind of getting pinched in between a couple of teams right here. They got Team 6 to their northeast, Team 9 to their southwest, and especially with those Arctic 50 shots going off, probably going to get spotted and could very well get bot from behind. We'll see if Team 9 is able to cause some issues right here, as I'm currently below the map. Don't mind me, chat. It's going to be Josh Rath and Deranged inside of that building. So they're not going to have an angle to work with, but they do have an airborne class that they could potentially swanton on. It'll be difficult to take it by the element of surprise, and especially with those Arctic shots raining on in. Probably going to be best for them to go ahead and make a rotation toward zone, and it looks like Wicked will be able to maintain high ground for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, they had the element of surprise, but decided to take some shots, which honestly, don't know if it's worth. I'd much rather push a team than shoot from 50, 60, 70 meters away, because there's really no chance of killing them. And even if you kill them, you get the revive. And actually, team, what's the name for? X, the one I just left, actually ran to another team. So very unfortunate for that team.
And I do have chat notifying me that Sun trying to knife or axe the down player was probably him trying to save the vest rather than being toxic, because apparently knifing somebody doesn't hurt their vest. Logically, that doesn't make any sense, but if it works, it works.
Hey, headshots still hurt the vest, so you know what?
Yep.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
I remember in COD, I remember playing Ross before, like, don't shoot the head. I need the armor.
Make sure you shoot him in the foot. Always shoot in the foot.
Oh my god, shoot in the like you can laser a guy in COD Mobile, only feet, armor's destroyed.
I mean, yeah, you can one-tap somebody in the foot with an Arctic 50 stopping power. So we're really gonna talk about logic here? Like, come on.
Okay, but they die from the pain. Okay, you understand?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. For sure.
But an armor breaking from shooting in the toes, you're not gonna tell me that the pain was so painful that the armor hurt. Come on now.
And Omega nearly got spotted by Mirly right there. He's going to go ahead and beam Acer. And wow, Kitsune immediately jumps over top. That's going to be a big frag for him. Not only saving his team, but also taking out one big factor for MIP. And Affiliate Esports kind of stuck on the low ground beneath Infinity. They've got the power position right now. They got a couple players rotating in. You can see Team 8. LDG making the rotation onto them and could cause some issues, but at least for the time being, does look like Aphelian's pretty well set, especially in this zone.
Yeah, actually, Team 1's actually right next to like 3-4 teams. So either they're going to get out of this with a lot of kills or they're going to get third party. So we'll see what happens here. They did manage to get a knock here, but behind them there's like 2-3 people, so they got to be careful.
Yeah, by 15 down right next to them, Headshot and Gravity on the high ground, but with Headshot getting knocked there as well. Chaos and Splinter with the gifted subs, I appreciate it, guys. Rosewind actually going to move up to the high ground right here, trying to get away from Team X. And right now, CYN is just in shambles.
That is just not looking good, but Team Wicked is actually getting a lot of kills on these fights, so they're gonna probably come out of this with a lot of kills, so it's looking great for them. We'll see what happens as CYN is gonna dip, most likely.
Oh, Frank takes a sniper shot. Ooh, Headshot's gonna get eliminated. Frank's riding solo. Ibex's gonna get the frag right there, and that is now 10 kills on the board for Wicked Esports with 35 people remaining. This is gonna be a crazy zone.
Yeah. We talk about that, but Wicked Esports 2 is still one-upping them with a total of 13 kills right now.
Yeah.
So that is kind of insane. So we might actually see a final zone of Wicked against Wicked for once. So we'll see what happens. But this zone is so small, and we have so many people. Kill House is a pretty nice area to fight, so that's going to be cool. With the drop right there, that can be very beneficial. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Wicked gonna try to drop on in. If they can get this high ground, they're gonna be pretty much set for right now. And actually taking Affiliate Esports by surprise. Unfortunate timing for Gora and Miguel. They were honestly probably trying to push toward low ground to take a gunfight, and it doesn't pay off, as I believe we do now have Miguel knocked on low ground. Rosie gonna get some free armor, some free heals, some free ammo. And if you're Wicked, you want to do your best to try to preserve this positioning, because right now that is the best spot in zone by a mile. As we say that, it does look like Wicked 1 doing some catch-up right now, as Sun's got 5 kills on the board, 11 on the board for the team. They are going to be top 12, and it looks like probably going to keep moving up as they've got all 4 players alive. So despite a little bit of a misplay early on, a couple players going down, they're able to get everyone called back in and setting up really well for the end game. But Sun's going to get landed on by somebody. He's only got 50 HP, trying to get the adrenaline off. He's really isolated from his team. Now making the rotation back to high ground, and Church is actually going to get the frag onto the player that jumped on him right there. And just like that, Wicked 1 back in the spot where they need to be.
Yeah, I fully expect Sun to pick up some kind of weapon now. Yeah, he got his custom AK now, so that's going to be huge, as well as the Arctic. So we'll see what happens. They're going to take that high ground probably on that top right area, as the zone is going to shrink in about a minute. So still 26 people remaining. Let's see if they can catch up. They've got a solid 12 kills compared to Wicked 2, who have, I think they have 20 kills almost. 9 plus 9, 18 kills. That's insane. They've picked up quite a few kills near that second half of the game. First half, they got 7, slowed down a bit. Bang, 12 kills second half.
I mean, this was just the perfect spot for them to be, because not only was it the high ground, but they were also able to hold out a lot of people that were trying to make the rotation in. And right now, you can see they're still causing issues for Team 19, who's still got all 4 players alive. So if they can manage to find a couple more right here, they could potentially get enough points where it doesn't even matter where they finish placement-wise. We do see MSK on the low ground right here, and Wicked Team 1 now getting some more frags. They're up to 13 on the board. I believe that was Church getting a couple right there, laying down some more shots onto MIP, and it's just all Wicked in this lobby right now.
Yeah, it is top 10 right now for the team, so everybody's going to get some points. However, I mean, with 26 people remaining, that's a potential of 22 kills. That's a lot of points. I don't expect any team to get all 22 kills, but that is just something to keep in mind, as the zone is pretty small. Really, really small. Oh, they're going to get in the fight. Wicked 2 against Wicked 1, right next to each other. This is a fight everybody signed up for.
Oh, it's about to get crazy. 3 is going to get knocked by Church. Kublai gets a finish onto Rosie. That was the player for Wicked that had 7 kills. Sun's going to get eliminated by Dior. We got Church picking up some tags right here, and going to go ahead and scan those in. Sun's tags not yet picked up. Texas is actually on the low ground. Church going to be looking for the finish. And right now, absolute chaos on the edge, as it is Wicked versus Wicked. It looks like they're actually attempting a res right here. Church's going to turn the other way. I'm not sure if that's the right move for him, but it looks like Kublai will be able to find Texas. He's going to be able to find Dior as well. So Wicked eliminating Wicked. And that was the top fragging team, so that's going to make them top frag right now with 16 on the board.
Yeah, I mean, 19 kills, and I believe they were 7th or 8th, so nothing really can't be too sad. Potentially could have got more, but this Wicked 1 team, best showing so far, picked up another kill. They have a total of 17.
Church is just bullying LDG right now. I don't know how, I don't think LDG took a single shot at him. I think he just landed. They kind of sat there, and he beamed him. So I'm not sure what exactly happened. Kublai is going to find Rock, and Church trying to see if maybe he could find a 1v3, but with somebody on the high ground, he's only going to be able to get the knock right there. Probably a finish coming in soon. But the rest of Wicked has already been called back in. They've got 19 kills on the board, and even with Church eliminated, even though they can't get the call back on him, they're still in a really good spot.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem is that Sun and Iback, I don't know if they're going to have great guns on them. Actually, they managed to get their loot back, so actually that's really huge. The zone is going to shrink. They're right in the zone. They have their Arctics. Nobody really close to them. Everyone else is outside the zone, so they're basically gatekeeping from this top area, so potentially can actually get a lot more kills. If not, they're going to get very good positioning in this fight.
Whoa, and Sun... Ninja class is down to low ground. Once again, not a play I personally would make. He just got tanked for 57 zone HP right there. And one player right behind him that he hasn't seen quite yet. He's actually going to find God's Eye right there. Finds the final frag of the game. 22 kills for Wicked main. And that's the performance we've been expecting to see out of them all night. And they really, really showed up right there in game number 3.
Yeah, and we talked about which playstyle we're going to play. Were they going to play passive this game, or we're going to play aggressive? And they played way more aggressive, and it paid off. You know, I feel like they're a much better aggressive player. Their gun skills are really good as a team. So, I mean, I think this is the most kill. I think it was tied for the most kills today. Yeah, 22 again, another 22. They're going to pick up one more. We're going to have the high score for today. But, dang, like, I think the two Wicked team combined for close to 40.
More than half the kills, I think.
Yeah, more. Yeah, 40. That's like 40, right? Because this team had 22. The other one had like 17 or 18.
I think they had 18 when they got knocked out.
We can check.
19.
Right? Yeah. 13
plus 6. Yep. So over 40 kills if you combine the two Wicked teams. That's crazy.
That's over half the kills. Yeah. That is insane. But we do have. Oh my God, that was fun to watch. It kind of expected. This time they got lucky with the zone and they were able to gatekeep everyone else. And I'm surprised we didn't get more kills from that last fight, but it happened.
Yeah. And a couple of other teams that we've been keeping an eye on. So obviously IG, the winner of Game 2, did come away with 6th place and 8 kills. So not a bad performance Bot pretty far down the leaderboard. They're able to get some good kill points, so they're still going to come away with 7 for that game, but coming in 13th place, not going to do a whole lot for them in regards to placement. So they've still got some work to do. I'm going to try to get you guys an update on the scoreboards before the end of the night. I don't know if that's going to be possible. I'm hoping it is. But if not, make sure you're following Mobile Mayhem on Trovo, as I'm sure we'll have a scoreboard update at some point over there.
Yeah, actually, the MIP team did really well. They, I think, managed to be 4th place, 9 kills. That's going to help a lot.
Yep.
It's going to help a lot.
Yeah, they've been one of those teams that's close to the top every time and always finding a bunch of frags, so they're definitely going to be toward the top as well.
Yeah. And Report, I think, last tournament, not tournament, but I've seen him play with a Marshy before. He's a really good player. So, a lot of good teams, and I would like to see a little more from what's the team called? The one that B-Nate's on? Actually, where are they? What's the name of B-Nate's team? I think they hopped out.
Fear was B-Nate's team. Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see them do a little bit better, but it is what it is. But yeah, I must say I'm pretty impressed with this Wicked 2 team. I played with a few of them before. I played with a Dior team and play, so a very solid player, but I did not expect them to do such great showing. Although their ranking was not been really good within the last 3 games, they've had incredible amount of kills, which is pretty good. Despite them not placing, they'll have pretty good place points just because of the kills that they got. So yeah, that's gonna be huge.
Just FYI, NBA Top Shot picks got moved back till tomorrow at noon.
I know.
Yeah. That's annoying.
Wait, noon our time or PST?
Noon our time, yeah, 9 a.m. PST.
I have to wake up.
It is what it is.
It is what it. Yeah, I was ready, man. I had so much stuff to do. I was watching the Toronto game. I was editing. I had the Top Shot, and at 7:30, I knew there was gonna be a post because I was in the announcement, and it said, "This admin, the mod is currently typing." I'm like, it's gonna get pushed.
It always gets pushed back. It's the way that, especially for something where everybody's gonna be able to get one. It's
everyone gonna get one this one?
I think so. I thought that's what you told me. Maybe.
No, that was the last one. That one was a pre-order. I don't know if this one is a pre-order. The first one we did was a pre-order. So what happens is you wait in line, and you just pre-order, and you get it in 2 weeks. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Yep. I think Affiliate has multiple teams, so I'm surprised I only see one Affiliate.
Do they?
So. I think so, if I remember correctly.
I think they did in the Trovo tournament. I'm not sure that they do in this one.
Yeah, I don't know if in this one, but it'd be great to see multiple people for the same. I know MSK. I've seen them before.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the Verdict. Verdict's part of MSK, right?
Yeah,
MSK
yeah.
Verdict.
So.
Yeah. We got the beat. We got the beat. We got the beat.
Yeah.
Now we're just gonna wait 5 minutes.
Wait. Oh, now I remember what I was doing. I think there's an ad I'm supposed to play. Let's see. Oh, preliminary standings after the first 2 matches. Bullets on tap. Bot in first place. Second place was Wicked Elite, which is Wicked 2 as far as we're gonna call them, and then Illuminati Gaming, IG tied with Made in Peru, MIP tied with IG. Illuminati Gaming.
So we're gonna see Wicked Elite probably go up to first place, just beyond all the kills. Potentially, maybe Wicked Pros. I don't know what's the name of the actual Wicked team. They might potentially move up. I don't know if they had enough points, especially that basic 0 bomb last game, game 2. It's gonna be tough to see to try to predict. We'll see.
I do need to run an ad real quick, so we're going to run that, and then hopefully not too soon after we'll be good to go for the final game of the night.
I hope it's this.
Once again, very quick. Honestly, I would not be that sad if COD Mobile made like 5-minute ads.
Yeah.
Obviously, the way we run the Battle Royale stuff is going to be a little bit different just because You're operating on an entire lobby, and you got to give everybody time to make changes. But I also like it because you know that you're never going to be waiting like 15 minutes for one team, which is something that happens all the time because multiplayer teams are never on time to anything. So on that side, I appreciate the fact that BR teams are always good to go, and if they're not good to go, then they just don't get into the game.
Plus, we kind of can predetermine how long a game is, right?
Yep.
Because the zone and the start, it's almost like plus minus like a couple minutes, just because some people are a little late. Sometimes the game ends a little bit early, but typically speaking, it's pretty much close. And like a game is gonna be 30 minutes. 30 minutes between start to finish. So pretty good that we're gonna have exactly in 10 o'clock, 2 hours. So that's pretty good in my opinion.
Yep.
Hope to see
Sorry about
next
earlier.
time.
I just need to play better players, and you never noticed me, so I. Wolf, I don't know what happened earlier, but thank you for the $10. I am Confucian. Whew. No. Just FYI, like, I don't do any moderating whenever these are happening. This is all mods, just enforcing the rules that are already there. So you guys don't ever have to apologize to me because I probably didn't even see what happened in the first place.
See chat, Bobby. See chat, Bobby doesn't even read chat. See?
Not during tournaments. I do not. Appreciate the gifted sub from Yessie as well.
Wicked Main. I got it now. Wicked Main, and we got Wicked Elite.
Yeah,
so
I'm
Wicked
just gonna
Main,
call them 1 and 2.
Wicked 1. I'll call it Wicked Sun and Wicked Dior. It's the only 2 I know. SKS good.
SKS on top.
Pretty poop.
I feel the SK. I think it's gonna be meta and competitive once people actually learn how to use it. Nobody knows how to use it properly right now.
The problem is that bullet. Like the thing is, you have to tap fire it. It's kind of like really weird because
I mean, it's not fun to use, but it's
I've
good.
tried it twice, 3 times, and all 3 times was just not as great. I did put it 3 times, so potentially might not put it 3 times anymore. Cause I tried building it like Warzone, like that. Like
wait, are you talking about in BR or multiplayer?
BR.
Oh yeah, I don't play BR.
Oh wait, you talking about the SKS? I was talking about the SKS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about multiplayer. Yeah.
I know, but we're doing a little BR tournament here. What do you think we could talk about an MP?
Oh, the only time I ever play BR is when I do custom games, because pub matches for BR are just a freaking snooze fest.
Yeah, so I'm talking about the SKS is not that great in BR.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
But in MP, yeah, it's fun. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Can't. Yep.
I hope it becomes meta. All right, we're good to go. Game number 4 is underway.
It just seems like they're dropping more high skill gap guns, which I love.
Yeah.
Like the SKS.
That's the way the ASVAL is going to be too.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to be so good at them because, I'm a high skilled gap player.
Yeah.
Or really trash, to be honest.
Get good, kid.
I mean, look, man, I got really good with the shotgun. And then he nerfed it. So, like, I'm scared if I get good with, like, the SKS, they're just going to nerf it. So, like, what do I do? That's why I don't snipe. Oh, I should snipe with
just get good with ARs. They're never going to nerf every AR,
They're just going to nerf every AR I use. It's like Hitman starts using... Chat, you have to be thankful. That's why I use off-meta gun. If I didn't use off-meta guns, all meta guns would be nerfed. Bobby's like, Hitman, start playing meta guns, please. Start playing all the meta guns. I should snipe. Then they'll nerf snipers. Yeah.
I always see people in chat like, oh, you always spectate the same teams. Yeah, that's because they're the ones getting all the kills. I'm not going to spectate a team that's just sitting in a house waiting for something to happen.
You should do it for the memes. Just like one team that's camping in like,
right,
what's the place?
What's one team that I haven't noticed a single time all day long? AG.
VIP. Oh, AG. You really didn't notice AG?
Yeah. Did they do anything?
I would say, did you not notice like VIP or like?
I noticed VIP a couple times. I feel like.
Have you noticed DZ? Oh, you did. Yeah, Juani.
Yeah.
Not that many teams. Okay, let's take a look at what team are we looking at?
All right, we're gonna look at AG Batman. I'm Batman.
I was gonna pick Kitty because of
okay,
simple guy.
Yeah.
What?
All right.
I'm a simple guy. What do you mean? I'm on Batman right now.
Of course, as I spectate AG, there are like 5 teams dropping with them right now, so this could get spicy.
Yes. No, how many people are going to docks? Actually, there's so much. Yo, they're all going to pier. They're all going to pier.
Yeah, I think 4 teams going to pier. Yeah. All right, well, there we go. I was wrong, chat. Oh, my. And look at that. They saw the people, and they're like, no, we don't want to fight anybody. This is why we don't spectate AG. Let's go watch somebody that's going to take a gunfight.
I mean, I think Team 16 are going to be the one that's fighting. 17 and 16. Yeah. A and VIP.
That's the other team I was talking about. With a burning passion.
But MIP managed to get a lot of kills there, so that's really good. Venom gets knocked. Huge kill by VIP Mom Spaghetti.
Ooh, there is only one AKA player left right now. Oh, they landed platform. Sickrex is going to find a frag, but he has no teammates to work with right now.
Dang, the one time we don't go watch the platform.
Yeah, I haven't watched the platform a single time, so.
Oh, I watch the platform every single time, and there's always Team 4 there, which is MIP. Oh, yeah, and they're the one who managed to pick up the kills there, too, and they're going to finish AK.
All right. Well, MIP's got the platform all to themselves, and now I have to manually rotate all the way out so that I can actually click on something. That's so stupid that the spectator client's like that.
I still find it like the most random places have the most people. Like Radar Base, right now, 3 teams there. Like, what? Like, Team CYN is basically knocked out. It's just like, why? Like, why Radar Base? Like, it's so unlucky.
Are there high-tier loot zones in custom games? Because I don't see any specified on that.
I think there is. We just don't see it.
Yeah. Well, obviously there are. Bobby, you play custom games all the time. God.
First time?
Oh, Frank's trying to run away, but Rosie says, not today! I think Frank might actually be able to get away. DZ might not be so fortunate. Holy Boba. Gonna take a shot right there and force the fly now to low ground all by himself. This personally does not really feel like the move. Rosie got his nut. Yeah, that was definitely not the move. I'm not sure what the game plan was right there, but that's gonna be a nice, easy first couple of frags for Rosie going in off the start.
Some people might say that was refreshing boba for Rosie, so that's good. Good free boba. Boba tea.
All right. Yes, good commentary from Hitman. Anyways, MIP's chilling right now. They got 4 kills on the board. They're looting up. We might have some action. There could still be something happening over in Pier. We have Team 15 right on top of somebody.
16, right? I think. Yeah.
I think so.
Team 16. Yeah. That's the first time we see like 2 teams right next to each other with the same number, but they're actually gonna fight. Infinity against Team A.
Ooh, Megan with the shotgun. Oh, Hitman's gotta love those plays. A little 1v2 right there. You like what you see?
I'm a simp a little bit. Megan, nice shotgun kills. A little Hey, you wanna add me real quick?
Oh my gosh. All right. Anyways, we're gonna go spectate a new team now. Looks like something's happening in downtown.
It's not a catfish.
Like 1 in 75.
1 in 75. Wow, I like those odds. Oh my god, I randomly clicked on a guy. Team 7. Guess who I clicked on?
I don't know.
EY50.
Of course you did, Hitman. Of course you did.
Random. I swear to God, I randomly clicked. And I say that merely picked up a nice kill there.
Yeah, MIP has been one of those teams that they've not had a whole lot of games in the top 5, but they've just been consistently getting those kills, and those will keep stacking up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it does favor kills. I mean, because like, I mean, yeah, you get good points from placement.
Yeah.
Don't get that wrong. Like, first place is 50, which would be essentially how many kills? 9 kills. But if you get 20 kills, that's 2 first place. You know.
Yeah.
And we'll find out afterwards, as we do have BY15 getting knocked on.
We do have Wicked 2 next to a couple of teams. They could have had an angle on Frank right there, but they didn't spot him. Rosie's now got 3 on the board. They are flying and going to be landing on the outskirts of downtown. So Team 17, got to keep an eye out, as well as Frank's teammate, whoever that is, for Team 7, very, very close by. Oh,
So much people.
I accidentally
Holy
clicked on
smoke.
somebody.
There's so many people here. Team 17's here. Team 20's here. And one person on Team 7's also here, but...
Should look at Team 19.
Oh, I should take a look at 19? Alright, bet. Only 2 people left. Team X against
Josh Rath just got eliminated by IG Smokes.
Okay.
I believe one player left, Rosewind, Josh Rath's teammate. I think able to get tags up on the mountaintop. Or no, not able to get tags. I don't know why those were showing there, but looking to zone hold these IG players on the low ground. Smokes trying to make the run on in. Got an AK-47 in hand, and that is an easy beaming angle, but not able to make any of the shots go through right there. Rosewind now caught between a rock and a hard place. No teammates to help. Does have a little bit of an advantage in that he or she is closer to zone. Smokes throwing, I think, a concussion nade right there. Not going to be able to land it. And the outside of zone fight typically just does not benefit anybody. No. So it looks like IG's actually going to pull out the snowboards. Rosewind trying to go back. Maybe get the tags. I don't know if there's enough time to do so. Is going to get 2 teammates tags. Definitely really, really good play for him/her. And trying to take an alternate route into zone. IG still on the high ground. Probably looking to beam right here, but not going to have an angle.
It's kind of awkward snowboarding right next to a mountain. You really can't snowboard up a mountain, so you're going to have to climb the rest of it. But going down the mountain is a fun time. Going to get the tags, call them in. Only one. The other 2 are going to be, it looks like they're going to be Gonzo? Nah, I just have a glitch on my screen. But if she's able, or she, if that individual is able to get the entire team back, that's going to be huge. Especially now that they're like fairly easy way to get into the zone. You know, just hit that snowboard and boom, get on in. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we do have Infinity finding a couple frags onto LDG, who's just not had a great day so far. I think AG has already been eliminated, unless I'm mistaken right there. Flawless. Trying to get shots on the, I think it's Becky Boo. Yep, Becky Boo going to get taken out by Flicks. Flawless gets the, wait. Maybe that was a delayed kill feed. I'm not entirely sure. Oh my gosh. The Arctic 50. What is, wait, is this lag?
No, he got him from.
Or is he, oh, is he on the mountain? Oh.
No, he's like right off the side of docks.
Wait.
Where the, yeah, he's there right next to like the warehouse. Sniped him. He wasn't that far.
Okay, that, from my perspective, that was like big time lag because he was all the way around the edge of the building for like 10 to 20 meters, and he got sniped from up there past the water tower. That was really odd.
Yeah, no, he was just in the open, but he's gonna get swan dive. They're gonna be able to finish him off. Yup. With the Arctic 8.
Huh?
Huh?
I am confusion?
That definitely was. He definitely wasn't holding the arc. He must have been holding something else.
Yeah, this is just the way the spectator glitches go, you know?
Yeah, let's not question it. You know, let's just let it go. Let's let it be.
Yeah.
But they did pick up a lot of kills on that. They have 9 kills. I think close to the most, if not very, very close. I think the most is MIP with like 11 kills, which is huge for them. That's a lot of kills, a lot of points. And if they can do potentially like at least top 5, I think they'll be first place. Especially with the kills they got right now, because Wicked team has 0 kills on the board. 0 kills on the board. But that's gonna change soon as they're fighting people right now, I think.
Yep. We do have a few teams really everywhere around docks right now, and Sun oh no, that's not even Sun getting the frag right there. It is Wicked 2 up on the high ground, right on the outside of docks, causing some issues for Aphelion Esports. I feel like these 2 teams are rivals. I could be wrong on that one. That could definitely be very wrong. But from what I saw, especially in the $10,000 Trovo tournament, I feel like that's probably the case. So we do have Dior trying to find Deadly there on the low ground. Rosie going to go ahead and push the gunfight. Zone is closing. Deadly losing some HP. And at this point, probably hoping that he can get knocked by Zone rather than giving some points to Wicked Esports. But in that current position. It's just not going to happen. Texas going to find the frag, actually from far away with the snipers, who's maybe able to thread the needle through the window right there. Wicked 2, 8 kills on the board. Everybody's still alive once again in a really good position.
I find it very impressive that, actually not impressive, but weird that, like, we know Affiliate Esports from MP, but in EU. So I find it weird that they have a NA team. So, I thought maybe we would see them in the EU side of this, but it is what it is.
They do have an EU team, don't they?
Do they also have an EU team?
I believe so.
Oh, they don't have an NA MP team, right?
No.
Okay. Man, Affiliate Esports. Big.
Oh, you're talking about Affiliate. Oh,
yeah.
I don't think they have an EU. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about the EU side of Battle Royale.
Yeah.
I'm confused as it is when it comes to NA.
Oh. True. No, Wicked is just they have teams and everything. Like they have like NA, EU, female NA, female EU, Latin America. I actually don't know if they have Latin America. I'm just making that up, but they have a lot of teams. Zone is actually getting pretty small as MIP is getting more and more frags. That's actually really good for them. They've gone like, how many kills now? They've gone 12 kills now. That's really good.
We do have IG with one player getting ready to be on the revive flight. Biohazard able to avoid the rest of the players for Team 8, which is LDG, who actually has not had great games so far, and as I am saying they've got all their people alive, Clean is actually going to get taken out right here, so maybe not having quite as good of a game as I thought they were. We'll definitely be looking to pick up those tags as we're getting closer and closer to those final revive flights, and things starting to get really spicy on the inside of Zone is right now Wicked Esports main team getting ready to roll up on anybody and everybody. They got their airborne classes, trying to take control of these warehouses for a little bit of cover. Arctic 50s everywhere, AK-47s everywhere, absolute chaos. There are so many sounds, I can't even tell what's what. And right now with Church up on the high ground, they've got the high ground power as they're getting ready to engage with Bot.
Looks like it's going to be a really competitive ending. As you can see, some of the better teams are still alive. We have the Wicked team still there. We have the full MIP team, the full Bot team, the full Wicked 2 team. We still have the IG team as well. So it's going to be a very nice, spicy last zone. As look how... And there's 2 tanks. So
snowboards!
Yeah, that's probably what we're going to see. I would say we're not going to see much stuff. We're not going to see people getting into the tanks. But, oh my god, that whole Team 5 just snowboarding through. Oh my god, that's so funny. Who are you watching now right now?
Right now I'm looking at Wicked Church for Wicked Main, as we do have MIP really all around them right now. They kind of flew in the middle of nowhere, which could end up backfiring pretty quickly right here. So we'll see. They've actually got a pretty solid ledge to work with right now. They're not going to be inside of zone, but obviously snowboards can change that pretty quickly. Church is going to get spotted right there, already down to 81 HP. Iback fires back. Scope going to get knocked right off the start right here. And he's got nobody around him right now. MIP trying to maybe get the flank right here, but it looks like he's probably going to get finished. And Iback going to get the frag right there. Only 3 kills on the board for them. So even though they play relatively passive, for most games have not been able to find a ton of kills. Obviously, Game 3 was very much the exception, and they could turn it around quickly if they're able to get the right positioning, but being on low ground, taking this low ground fight against MIP, they're going to find some frags. Citrus going to be able to get away. So they're up to 4 kills on the board, but in order to keep up with some of these teams that are getting those 20, maybe 15 kill games on top of the fact that they're getting the good placement points, you got to probably be a little bit more aggressive.
I mean, on the bright side, they've knocked out the majority of MIP who had the most kills, so that leads them the opportunity to get a lot of kills because there are still 22 people remaining. But the other Wicked Elite, is still here. So, and they've gone close to 11 kills, so potential for them to be in first place as well.
Oh my gosh, LDG's hiding inside the body. He's hiding inside the body bag. What am I looking at right now?
Oh, but Church realized it.
I don't know if he was disconnected or if that was intentional, because he could have very easily taken out Church right there. Like that's an easy frag you can get. Obviously not going to be able to do it. Affiliate Esports with a few people. MSK 2 players down for Wicked 2, but Rosie... Oh, Rosie gets knocked as I go ahead and switch.
Yep.
6 kills on the board. Looking like a res will likely come
in.
in.
Shot in the back.
Yeah, I think it's not looking good for Texas right here, trying to clutch things up. Who is that taking shots? Is that LDG?
I think it was number 3. I think it was Bulls. I think Bulls. If not, it was Team 8. Which it might have been LDG. No, I think LDG was too far to be able to take those shots. Oh
no, it was definitely LDG.
Oh, it probably was. Oh yeah, they're on high ground.
Yeah.
But the Wicked main team is actually pulling up. They might actually catch them off guard. Oh, Rosie is gonna be able to heal up. So, but Texas gets knocked.
And everybody actually came back for Wicked 2, so Sun's gonna be able to take out Texas. But they've now got 3 players alive once again, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the Wicked main team. Sun finds another one onto Dior right there, and 2 games in a row we have Wicked versus Wicked in one of these final zones. Wicked 3 is actually right in between those little silos right there, and Wicked main's getting pinched. You've got LDG on the high ground with that building. Church is just trying to find somewhere to go, but he's not got any buildings close to him. For some reason, LDG not capitalizing, and Sun's probably a big part of that reason, is those Arctic 50 shots have been a lifesaver for them in multiple situations. They're now up to 10 kills on the board. Ibeck is going to take out 3, who I believe was the last remaining player. Or no, Rosie is still alive. Wow.
Just stayed there the whole time.
Yeah, that's a really good late rotation for them. That's very high value because that'll get them some good placement points.
Yeah, and I mean, Team 1 is just dominating. I think they're the only full team. Yeah, they're the only one full team, so they might get a back-to-back win here. We'll see what happens. They are going to get into a fight here with multiple people as they're picking up more and more kills. Silently picking up a total of 13 kills right now. If I get my math correctly. Yes, they did. So they can potentially get a 20 bomb. They might be going for that 20 bomb right now. They're like, everybody is basically solo except for Team AE. So they can play a little aggressive and potentially get more and more kills. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, they're definitely moving as a unit right now. I think Sun actually spotted Biohazard on the inside of the building, and he's getting really aggressive. He wants those frag points, and that's going to come easy for him as he's going to go ahead, slide on in with the Ninja class. Finds a frag. Obviously, Aphelion up on the high ground as well. Sun doesn't realize that Rosie is right inside the building next to him. Taking shots onto Deadly. Not going to be able to land anything there as well. Trying to hit a wallbang. It does look like MSK's last remaining player is prone on the inside of the building and holding it all to himself. We got 12 players remaining, 5 total teams, and Wicked main with 4 players alive, looking like they're once again in a really good spot to potentially finish that #1 spot.
Yeah, Kublai's pushing up. I'm not too much of a fan of that. Honestly, the zone is going to start shrinking them, but I mean, as I say that, Kublai as well as Iback both get a kill. One on Texas. And AE Deadly, Wicked Sun picks up another kill. Oh my goodness, it's just an onslaught right now. AE is gonna get taken down. Everybody from AE is gonna be taking Rosie though.
Oh, AE just said, "Let me die to zone real quick." I'm not giving them any kills.
Yeah, Church also pick up some kills there. So as I'm saying that, this 3v1 situation, IG, don't know if he's gonna manage this, but it's looking like a back-to-back win. And they've got so many kills right now. They've got 18 kills on the board, and IG is like, no, I'm gonna let myself die to the zone, not giving you 5 points. That's three of the last 4 deaths were zone deaths. So that is a pretty impressive ending by this Wicked main team, showing that they are indeed the main team.
Yep, that was. I mean, back-to-back wins for them.
18 kills.
Bouncing back from a slow start, 18 kills. Following they have 22 kills in the other game, so I mean
that's right there with 200 points just there.
Yeah,
they have 500 points.
That's why they have the reputation they do. And for everybody in chat saying stop spectating Wicked, okay, somebody kill them early in the game. We're spectating them because they're the last team alive, like every single time. And I mean, we're gonna spectate the teams that are getting the most kills. They had the most kills by a mile. And Wicked 2 was not too far behind as they get 11 and come in 3rd place as well. So Definitely a really solid showing for both Wicked 1 and Wicked 2. I don't know if we have any more results. I am going to try to get those to you guys real quick.
It's funny that they say Wicked buys, but the Wicked teams are the ones winning.
They're
They've
winning.
won 2.
Like,
yeah, it's not biased. We're just looking at the team that literally had the most kills back-to-back.
That's like saying we have tribe bias because we have tribe with the most on-stream games for multiplayer. Like, they win. We're not just gonna intentionally spectate the losing teams for the sake of spectating the losing teams.
On a note, Rosie actually clutched that real good, being the last person alive, played it so passive. The fact that they got to 3rd place, which is 40 points, she could have probably died on 10. But that's kind of insane. But Kubai, insane. Sun playing aggressive, paid off, getting so many kills. And you can see, like, this MIP team, despite getting a lot of kills, finishing 9th. So we've seen them slowly doing a lot, like getting a lot of kills, but not really getting great placement. I think last game was the best they had, which was fourth place, right? So
yep.
Pretty impressive.
All right. Well, that is going to round out the rest of our games for the night. We don't have any results for you guys, so definitely make sure you are following the Mobile Mayhem Twitter account. We should have an update for you guys later on tonight. Appreciate all the gifted subs and the elixir and everything else. Appreciate Hitman helping me cast. We will be back next Thursday, 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah. So definitely make sure you guys are there. But that's gonna be it for the stream. Definitely make sure to show some love to whoever we raid. Whoever we raid, make sure to remind them that code Bob is 30% off for G Fuel now for the next 4 days. And that's going to be it for the stream. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, follow, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Who we rated? Sun?